You ever notice how some businesses just hook you from day one? Like you buy, you sign up, you walk in, and instantly you just feel like, yeah, I made the right decision. That feeling, that's dopamine. Today, I'm going to teach you how to engineer that response in your own business using what I call the dopamine loop, a psychological and automation framework that creates loyalty, referrals, and satisfaction on autopilot. You'll learn the exact 14-day system that drives retention, how to use AI and automation to trigger those emotional hits, and why your clients need the same feedback loops that you've been conditioned to chase since childhood. Stick with me to the end. I'll give you a plug-and-play outline you can use today to start building your own dopamine loop. Let's go way back for a second. Think about your first few years in school. What did you learn? You didn't just learn math or spelling. You learned reward psychology. You turned in a paper and you got a smiley face sticker. You got an A+ instead of an F. You got called up for perfect attendance, or maybe you earned that gold star on the wall. That's dopamine. That's the feeling of being recognized. And it never went away. You still chase it when your boss says, "Nice job," when you hit a personal record at the gym, or when your favorite barista remembers your name and writes your name on your cup. Nearly every part of our adult lives is gamified. Your coffee shop rewards points, grocery store app, even your car wash or oil changes. They're gamified. So why on earth would you think it's any different for your customers? They're wired exactly like you. They want to feel seen, celebrated, and successful. The difference is the best businesses engineer that feeling on purpose. So here's how this concept works. The dopamine loop, it's based on 4 stages: a trigger, a reward, recognition, and you set this thing on repeat. You're not manipulating people. You're aligning with human nature, how we remember things, how we've been conditioned. And when you align with human nature, your retention skyrockets, and so does your business. Here's an example on day 1, the kind of message you might want to send out. It would be a welcome message, celebrating something. For example, for Jim. "Hey Sarah, it's Michael from BuzzOps Gym. You made an awesome move joining today. You're officially part of 1% who actually took action on their goals. That makes them feel seen and heard, and you're celebrating something." Then on day 3, you send something out that recognizes them. Okay, you can send this via email or text. I always recommend text because texts get opened more often than emails do. Here's the example. "You've been consistent for 3 days. That's rare. Keep it up. You're ahead of the curve." And then you can sign off with your name. You can also put their name in that message. There's multiple variations. Then you'll send another message out on day 7. It's a milestone message. Okay, here you can shout them out in person or you can shout them out online, so you can make it public or private. And in my experience, public praise always amplifies private motivation. And then on day 10, you give a little challenge. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just a mini challenge. It could be something like this: complete this XYZ mini challenge. Okay, you create the challenge, post your win, and tag us. The benefit of this is you also get the user-generated content. And listen to anything else that I've posted about this. User-generated content helps the algorithms also find you, so you get more seen. On day 14, you're going to repeat this process, and you're also going to ask for a referral in a very unique way. "Hey name, trust your first 2 weeks. Been doing awesome. Who in your circle needs to feel like this as well?" If you have those consistent messages, and they keep seeing those messages from you, you're building some conversation and dialogue in there. That's how you turn dopamine into data that leads to retention, reviews, and referrals. Make sure you fit in a few natural conversations, okay, from a real human where you're having some dialogue back and forth. It could be a phone call. It could be DMs that are going back and forth from the responses that they're having. Of course, the AI agent can do most of the work, 80% of it, and the automations also can be fit in there to help out with a majority of that. So how does automation and AI really fit into this? Right now, the biggest lie that I see in business is that automation makes it seem totally impersonal. And I agree with some of this, but really it's only true if it's built wrong. When done right, automation makes you more human, mainly because it frees you up for the real moments that actually matter, the in-person moments, the in-person conversations, the back and forth real dialogue that you can have with those customers. Think about it, right? You have to manually text, email, or follow up with every single lead and every single customer. Depending on how large your business is, there's a strong chance you're going to miss up to 80% of them. And it's not because you don't care. You're running a business. You got a lot of things going on. It's because you're human and you're running a business. But an AI agent that's well-trained, it doesn't forget, doesn't get tired. It keeps your clients in motion. It triggers small wins, reminders, and check-ins right when their dopamine would normally start to fall off or fade. That's why I say the dopamine loop is only as strong as the systems behind it. And if you don't have automation driving those early wins, you're not just behind, you're probably going to be invisible. If you've made it this far into the episode, thank you. I don't take your time or your attention lightly. So if anything that I've shared today has sparked an idea, challenged you in any way, maybe challenged your perspective on things, or just helps you see your business a little differently, I'd love for you to do two quick things. First, head over to YouTube, search Sweat Success Podcast, and hit that subscribe button. Next, please go to bizops.com. I've put together a handful of free resources there that you can download to help you grow your business, improve your systems, and create real freedom. They're all available right now. There's no strings attached. I just appreciate you being here. Let's get back to the show. All right, so here's how you build this whole thing out, okay? Step 1, map your first 14 days. Write down every touch point from sign up to day 14. Step 2, automate the moments. Use your CRM or your AI agent to send messages on days 1, 3, 7, 10, and 14. And ideally, if you can get more messages in there, that's great. Even some phone calls. Step 3, make sure you're celebrating progress, not perfection. Clients, they don't need to be elite. They need to feel like they've got momentum. Step 4, add the human touch. Layer in 1 to 2 personalized messages, maybe a quick call, a DM, or a quick shout out somewhere. And then step 5, make sure you're reviewing the silence. Review those gaps. Every day that you don't engage with them is a day that dopamine starts to fade. When you systemize this, you don't just retain clients, you multiply referrals. People talk about where they feel recognized. And quite honestly, people also feel good about giving something to someone else in their own social circle because it elevates them. If you take one thing from this episode at all, let it be this. The human brain hasn't evolved much past the sticker chart. Whether it's a smiley face, a loyalty point, or a text that says, "You're killing it." We all crave that acknowledgement. Your clients are no different than you. The businesses that win are the ones that engineer the dopamine on purpose and do it automatically. And that's the dopamine loop. If you're ready to install this inside your business so your clients get addicted to winning and keep coming back, DM me on Instagram at Michael_Benso_BuzzOps and send 2 words, dopamine loop. Again, that's at Michael_Benso_BuzzOps and DM me those 2 words. My team and I will audit the customer journey, identify where that dopamine breaks, and help you rebuild it with automation and AI. You've built a business worth loving, and now it's the time to make your clients feel it from day one. Thanks for tuning into Sweat Success. Go spark some dopamine, automate connection, and keep your clients chasing progress, not promises. Till next time, see you guys on the flip side.